I think this, from what we've heard, behind the scenes, this dance is very, very important to Derek, and he's been pushing her much harder than he's ever done before. But what I'm hearing from you is that some people can handle that, and Derek's very good at working out the level that someone can be pushed.
Even when Derek is not with a celebrity, and if it's a performance that he's planning or working out with other pros, it's so detail-oriented to just like even where a head position goes or a finger goes, or, it's over the top detailed. But that's why his performances are so good. You can't even see it. It's black on black.
It wasn't my call, by the way. It was not my call. Okay, so Derek and Bethany, the dance that they're about to perform is, we saw it in the dress rehearsal.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about this particular dance that's going to really shine?
Well, Bethany and Derek have a Paso Doble, which is one of the crowd favorites. It's very aggressive. It's aggressive and it's intense, and it usually has a lot of fabric involved, as you can see if you're watching the live show right now. But one thing that I like about this is that we're seeing a different side of Bethany finally.
Yeah.
I'm actually believing that she has some
and also she's having fun.
Depth.
There's some real fun in this performance.
Yeah.
What do you think as far as technique goes, though?
Well, what I love is that this is a true Paso Doble, but with a great theme. This is the perfect example of having just enough content and just enough pushing the boundaries. So she, in rehearsals, looked a little stiff, a little hesitant, but I don't see it right now. I think that she's actually on fire right now. Maybe that has to do with the crowd getting behind her and clapping. It usually has a lot to do with it.
Okay, quick question. How long did your hair take?
About 2 hours.
2 hours. How long would that hair have taken?
Probably about 2 hours.
She's sitting in the chair for a long time, right?
She has horns on her head made of hair.
it's a very cool, Maleficent-inspired look, isn't it?
So this is, in my opinion, this is one of Bethany's best dances, technique-wise and performance-wise. I think she's finally getting comfortable with being in front of all these people and kind of being vulnerable and accepting this process. She looked great. I think she's going to maybe see 9s and 10s.
Oh, and interestingly, laying down the competition, because Mark has also got the Paso, so it's going to be very interesting to see how their scores compare and also how their dance compares.
Yeah, the thing is that you can't really compare Mark and Derek, and you can't really compare Bethany and Sadie. They're all completely polar opposites of each other. But I think what we can do is look at the technique that's given, the content that's given, and the creativity that's given. And we saw both of them today in dress, and they're both equally creative. They're both great performances, and I think both the girls' technique is really starting to shine. Well,
interestingly, though, did you see the same amount of Paso in both of them?
I did. The one thing is that Derek made it more based around the traditional Paso Doble, whereas Mark, as he likes to do, pushed the envelope quite a bit.
And of course we're going to see that performance a little later on. And I think those are the things to look out for when it comes to Len's comments, because he will probably pick up on that a little bit more than the other judges.
Too. And the other thing, you have Bethany, who's wearing a more of a traditional looking Paso Doble dress, the long skirt, she's using it. And when we go to see Sadie's dance, it's not quite as traditional in how she appears.
But yeah, it's jaw-droppingly cool as far as the costumes. I mean, even you were saying, it's just wow, like it's scary. It's almost too much.
I was a little frightened by Sadie and Mark's routine. You guys will see it. It's actually it's kind of realistic. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, it's going to be
just like my stitches.
Yeah, it's going to be a action-packed, fun Halloween show. So much more dancing to come.
Oh yeah,
we've got all sorts of guests. We've got some interesting comments from Len there. Sounded like he wasn't super positive, and you can hear from this audience in here tonight.
They don't agree.
Yeah, they don't agree.
They don't agree with Len's comments.
Yeah, and it's always going to be a tough thing. The audience here is always behind these celebs.
Yeah.
They want them to do really well. So it'll be interesting to see if the scores are across the board the way that Len thought.
I think we're seeing 9s and 10s. So, one thing that I think with Bethany is that, she is definitely trusting this process, which is great to see. But her upper body has to match her lower body, and I'm sure you don't even understand that, but it feels sometimes that she dances separated, so she needs to learn how to lock her whole body together, and then she's going to be unstoppable.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see where her scores land and then where she lands at the end of the night. Someone's going home tonight. Do we think it's Bethany?
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's not even a question. No,
Yeah.
she is not going home.
The people that you think are not going home, the ones we've always talked about?
Sadie's safe. Bethany is safe. Alfonso is safe. I think Janelle is safe. Leah. I think Leah's going to be safe. Although after this week, I'm worried that she's not showing enough of herself for people to pick up a phone and vote for her. But her scores are high, so that's good.
All right.